Good day, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you know what time it is today? This is the question of the week, number 10. All right, today's question will be, what was the funniest experience you've had? The funny experience you've had when you leveled up with the native of the target language that you're learning or was learning. The funniest experience, my funniest experience was the time when this was a long time ago. I would say I think it was back in 99, 2000. Pretty much the beginning stages of my Chinese learning. Was when I was at the university in the computer lab. I was with Ichimaru at the time. And we were in there, and there was a Chinese girl at the computer. She was reading the Chinese. So I went over there, and then I asked her, I think I used English first. I asked her where she was from, or I asked her what time it was or something to start the conversation. And she told me she was from Hong Kong. So I started speaking Chinese to her, and she was surprised. And I had sat down next to her. And we were, well, I was the only one speaking Chinese. She was responding back in English, you know. So I was thinking to myself, why is she why, I wonder why she's not responding back to me in Chinese. Because normally when you speak Chinese to the native, they will respond back to you. At least that's what I found in my experience. But she kept responding back to me in English. She was asking me a lot of questions. And then I finally asked her, why won't you respond in Chinese? She told me, she's like, well, I speak Cantonese. I don't speak Mandarin, but I understand everything you're saying. So I was like, oh, okay, that's very interesting. So I kept speaking to her in Mandarin, and then she was asking me like funny questions like, so where are you from? And I told her I was from America. And she's like, no, you're not. And I said, yes, I am. Why would I lie? And she said, I don't believe you. And I told her, I asked her why you don't believe me? And then she's like, I just don't believe you. She said, no, I asked her, where do you think I'm from? And she said, I think you're from Africa. And I started laughing. I was like, you think you're from Africa? Why do you think you're from Africa? She's like, I just don't believe that you're American. So I was like, I wouldn't lie to you. Why would I lie to you? So we kept going back and forth with this. And she said, well, let me see your ID. And it was so funny. Ichimaru started laughing also. And I was like, my ID? And then she's like, I want to see your ID or your birth certificate. She wanted to actually see if I was really born in America. And it's understandable. I didn't understand at the time, but as time went by, I started to understand why she was like reluctant to believe that I was from America, because it's not very common, especially with, Black Americans. It's not very common to find, not only just Americans in general learning languages is not very common. And then on top of that, Black Americans speaking Chinese is very rare. But you will find a lot of Africans from Africa that could speak like Chinese or all these languages. It's very common amongst them because they travel a lot. So that's why she was asking me all those questions. But that was the funniest experience I had when I leveled up with the native speaker of the target language I've been learning. So that's the question of the week. What has been you guys' your funniest experience when leveling up with the native speaker? All right, that's it. I look forward to you guys' responses, your video responses or comments below. Thanks for viewing.